Hey everybody, welcome back to the Nidus Anarchy series. I'm your host Adam, the CIO of Nidus, and today we're going to talk about some groundbreaking information from the identity ForgeRock merger deal and what products are going to stay and what products are going to go. We have all that information coming up for you. So we just got off the Ping partner meeting where they talked to all the partners throughout Ping about what they're planning on doing with the different products, with their cloud suites and everything. So we have a lot of great information. We can tell you about the Ping One ForgeRock Identity Cloud, what's going to happen there. We're going to go over what products are going to be merged and what's going to be kind of axed. Also, what their plans are for future products and how they're going to cross these tools and be able to be used. Now, we have some information about what's going to be handled with regards to like sales and licensing and things like that nature as well, because there was a Q&A at the end that got a lot of really good information out at the end. So we're going to dive in. I have kind of rough cut notes. This thing just ended less than an hour ago. I'm trying to get this information out to everyone as quick as possible. Ping will be releasing the video to the partners that we just saw in the deck, I think later next week. And then they're planning on a full customer release by spring, they said. So we're not going to wait that long. We're going to get you the information that we just received right now. So first off, let's start out with the overall goal that they said. And the overall goal is that they want to have the least effect on customer deployments as possible. And they never want to force an upgrade, but they're going to provide clear paths should customers want to do so. So what does that mean? Well, we'll kind of get into that as we go out here. So the first thing I want to talk about is Ping One and ForgeRock Identity Cloud, because it's kind of the two competing platforms, right? Because they're both cloud, and we kept saying, well, what's going to happen? Where are we going to go? So we have the official answer. So they are not looking to merge or converge platforms at all. They're going to keep Ping One and ForgeRock Identity Cloud as two separate platforms, and they're going to be running them both for the long haul. So they see Ping One as being the multi-tenant SaaS solution for more unregulated clients. So if you want like speed to market, quick return on your investment, and you want ease of integration, and you don't want to manage the stuff, and you're not really in the regulated market, in that case, they're saying you're really going to want to go towards the Ping One side of the world. But if you are more of a highly regulated industry, or you want a dedicated SaaS offering or on-prem, then at that point, you're going to want to use the ForgeRock Identity Cloud or the ForgeRock tools for their software solution. They will be supporting ForgeRock Identity Cloud for the long haul. That has been clearly said many, many times. Well over 5 years, and they've even said that they've worked with clients to put it in writing contractually, stating that they will be supporting the ForgeRock Identity Cloud and ForgeRock products for years to come, just to make people feel not as nervous. So if you are recently purchased ForgeRock Identity Cloud or looking to migrate in that, or you just did, don't worry, you will be safe. And it's actually, from what we can tell from the kind of the conversation that was going on, they are definitely going to be supporting ForgeRock Identity Cloud for the long run. They see this as two completely different platforms that they want to support independently, and then cross availability of products to be used between platforms. So what does that mean? So all services within, like all the Ping One services that are currently in Ping One, they want them to be available within ForgeRock Identity Cloud. And they're saying that they want to have that done by mid next year, so mid 2024. And they're saying earlier if possible. They want to have all the Ping One services available to be used by the ForgeRock Identity Cloud Suite products. Now, what are those services? So specifically, it's Ping One MFA, Ping One Authorize, Protect, DaVinci, Verify, Credentials, Lifecycle, and Governance. So they're planning to allow the integration of all those services with all the ForgeRock Identity Cloud and, of course, Ping One. So no matter which platform you're on, you're about to get a boost in the availability of products that you can integrate with. So if you are a ForgeRock Identity Cloud and you just moved in there, that's going to be great news for you, especially because there's a lot of additional tools that are going to be available to you starting next year, which is great. There are no current plans to make Ping One in a single tenant model. They're planning on that being and maintaining a multi-tenant model. They're not going to be singularizing that down. But the ForgeRock side, they are going to keep that as for dedicated SaaS and for on-prem platforms. So that's a big reason why they're keeping these two independent, is because they have two very diverse client bases that have two very diverse requirements, and that's their plan, is to keep these separated. Ping One will be the centralized control plane to manage all of the services. So no matter where you will have generally that Ping One account to manage all those services from a centralized location. So that's pretty much it with regards to the main platforms, Ping One and ForgeRock Identity Cloud. That's awesome news, I think, for a lot of us, because we really weren't sure if they were going to scrap ForgeRock Identity Cloud, right? And from what I can tell, they're really leaning into the ForgeRock product suite. Like they're not really planning on getting rid of anything too much really, as opposed to really just saying, hey, look, these are tools that exist on their own for completely different practical purposes, and here's how you can use them, and here's how you can integrate them with the Ping suite. Now, what they did say is they have a new buzzword, which is unified capabilities. And this is their term for merging the tools. So there's two that they talked about they want to unify capabilities for. The first one is for directories. So there's Ping1 directory and ForgeRock directory. Obviously, these are two very similar tools. We mentioned this before when ForgeRock was originally acquired and we announced what our ideas were. We thought that ForgeRock directory will probably get scrapped. Yes and no. So what they're planning on doing is they're going to unify the two. And they're saying it's going to take years to happen, and there's going to be a clear path to upgrade. So what they're talking about here is that they're going to support Ping1, they're going to support Ping directory, and they're going to support ForgeRock directory, but they're going to be making a singular unified directory that will have the best of features of both into this single directory. Like I said, it's going to be years of development time to do that. They're going to have a clear upgrade path from both sides into this newly formed unified directory, but there will no longer be this just Ping directory or ForgeRock. It's going to be this new kind of a hodgepodge of best of both worlds. But like I said, years to come, don't worry. Right now, no matter what directory you're on, you're fine. The other one they talked about unifying was ForgeRock Autonomous Access. It's going to be merged into Ping Protect, which was originally Ping1 Fraud and Ping1 Risk. So they're taking all the features and the good stuff from ForgeRock Autonomous Access, which is exactly what I said they would do, and put that into the Ping suite tools, which is going to be going into Ping Protect. These products, another little update for this as well. The Autonomous Access piece is currently a SaaS solution only. Once they merge the Autonomous Access capabilities into Ping Protect, they do plan on offering Ping Protect as an on-prem solution. So if you're looking for what Autonomous Access has available, but you need it on-prem, you will have that available to you later, but under the Ping Protect moniker once those features have been brought in. They did not release a timeline on that, but that is the roadmap for that. For DaVinci and ForgeRock Journeys, that's a whole nother kind of a cross thing. Which orchestration tool are they going to keep? So they're going to stay as independent platforms, but they're positioning DaVinci for the overall orchestration platform. And Journeys will be used solely for ForgeRock authentication authorization. So the Journeys orchestration will be used strictly within the ForgeRock access tools for Journeys and for the authentication authorization. And then DaVinci they're seeing as the overall orchestration tool to be used across everything. So ForgeRock will be able to leverage DaVinci's orchestration for like forms and signups and sign-ins and all that kind of fun stuff. And other tools as well, like Identity Manager, which we'll get into in a bit. But DaVinci is going to be the big one. We also said that was probably going to happen, so this is not really too much of a surprise. Kind of nice to see that that's what they're doing. Communities will be merged. So they have, obviously there's the ForgeRock support community and the Ping support community. So all of that is going to be combined into a single community. I'm guessing like forums and all that kind of stuff. They didn't go into too much detail, but just the fact that they said, yes, there are plans to merge all of that together under a single banner and under a single system. Lastly, with regards to unification, is the whole UX and documentation. Ping is going to converge all the UX and documentation into a single common experience. They've developed this new team called the Experiences team, and that's being led by Kate Atkinson. So Kate Atkinson, she was the one basically responsible for the entire look and feel of all of ForgeRock's tools and documentation. She's now leading this Experiences team at Ping to do the same thing. So they're going to be unifying the same look and feel across all their documentation and products across the entire Ping ForgeRock suite of tools, which will obviously by next year again all be under the single moniker of Ping. Remember, they're getting rid of the ForgeRock branding and name that will be gone by summer of next year. So Kate Atkinson will be in charge of unifying that entire look and feel under the Ping name by mid next year. Now let's get into a couple little more specifics on the products. So Ping will continue to use ForgeRock and Ping platforms, especially the Access Manager. The main authentication engines will not be unified anytime soon. So what's that mean? ForgeRock Access Manager is definitely going to be an independent tool that they plan on leveraging and selling and utilizing as its own tool for a long time to come. They're not planning on merging that in with anything, and they're not planning on sunsetting it. So access management, definitely a big tool, mainly on the SIAM. A lot of the world is popular on that end, so you're going to see that definitely sticking around. And then Ping1 servers, so DaVinci, Ping 1 MFA, Ping ID, those are going to remain online only. So it's only going to be in the multi-tenant SaaS platform. ForgeRock Access Manager will be used for MFA and orchestration for on-prem. And then the pattern to integrate Ping Fed and ForgeRock Access Manager is already made from Ping, and it's available if you basically ask for it. So if you are a ForgeRock Access Manager client and you're like, hey, I want to pick up Ping Fed, or vice versa, you're a Ping Fed guy and you're like, hey, we want to integrate Access Manager for a single sign-on capability, that integration pattern already exists by Ping. You can ask for it and they will be able to get it to you. Ping Fed does not have any IDM capabilities, and they know that, and they're absolutely leveraging ForgeRock Identity Manager as the IDM tool of choice. So ForgeRock IDM is going to be the main tool for all identity management. They're going to be leaning on that one heavily. I guarantee you that's going to be called Ping Identity Manager at some point, right? And that will be the tool. So they're not going to be scrapping that tool at all. In fact, they're going to be leveraging it heavily. If you have on-prem Ping Fed and Ping Access and you want on-prem MFA, then you're going to need a separate license for ForgeRock MFA. So the Ping 1 MFA is still a SaaS solution, but if you want on-prem MFA, you will be able to use ForgeRock's MFA tool, and you can integrate those two. Technically, that is available now. You can reach out to your Ping representative and they can make this happen for you. You can also purchase this right now. So if you're a Ping Fed person and you want on-prem MFA, you can buy the ForgeRock MFA tool from them. It will be able to purchase all ForgeRock tools under the Ping SKU or SKU. So if you already have your kind of vehicle lined up for purchasing Ping tools, you will be able to purchase all the ForgeRock stuff under the exact same SKU. If you need a secure connection from your SaaS client into your on-prem over VPN, that's where ForgeRock's Secure Connect tool comes into play for ForgeRock Identity Cloud. This will not be a feature available to Ping 1. So if you want VPN connectivity into your SaaS cloud, ForgeRock Identity Cloud will be the only way to do that. They do not have any plans, and they even said it will not happen for Ping 1. So Ping 1 will remain a multi-tenant, very separated SaaS provider. You will not be able to connect to your data center on-prem via VPN. You're going to use ForgeRock's Ping Identity Cloud to do that. And the last one here we got is that ForgeRock Identity Gateway supporting Ping Fed tokens out of the box. Is that going to happen? They said it's not planned. They said, yes, it's a great idea. They're probably looking into it, but as of right now, don't count on it. It may happen down the future line, but there's no actual plans currently to support that functionality. A couple other things that we got here from Q&A from people at the last minute. So this is going to kind of go all over the place, but want to get this information out to you. The core platforms are sold independently, so you will have to purchase ForgeRock Identity Cloud and Ping 1. They are separate. They're not one size fits all cloud purchase. Perpetual licenses and annual maintenance fees, they're not planning on offering those anymore unless you already have it. So if you're trying to get into that, they're most likely not going to offer it to you. They said they're pulling those. They have no intention of supporting those moving forward. For product partners like ourselves, they told us that they really want us to lean into the combo and to tell everyone everything's going to be okay. So they said, look, you should be selling all the ForgeRock and all the Ping tools and integrating them all together because everything's sticking around and we're all going to have a great time and we all need to hook up as many Ping and ForgeRock apps as possible. Seems pretty standard, right? They're just saying, hey, look, we just acquired all this new stuff. Let's sell everything. Let's make some money. I actually do agree with this, even though it's obviously heavily salesy. It's just that ForgeRock has tools that are absolutely better than the Ping side, and there's really great synergy between a lot of the Ping tools, like they said, with those Ping 1 services and integrating it with Ping Identity Cloud. That's going to be pretty huge. So if you're a ForgeRock Identity Cloud client, you're going to have massive functionality available to you soon. They're saying don't wait for integration because this is happening now. So if you have the tools or you're looking like saying, hey, we're going to want to do this, but is it possible? The message that they're putting out is saying, yes, integration between all these tools is absolutely going to be possible. They're working on patterns to put out for clients and a decision tree for purchasing. So if you're a new client, greenfield, saying, hey, I'm not sure what to purchase. Do I purchase Ping? Do I purchase ForgeRock? And which tools and how do I do it? They're having a whole kind of like a decision tree matrix thing filled out that they're going to be giving out to us and to clients that basically says, hey, answer all these questions, and it kind of guides you into which product or product suites you would be best suited for you. Obviously, it's going to be dependent on what type of business you are, what type of clients you're working with, what type of functionality required, how restricted you are, how much customization do you require for different things like authentication, authorization. All that kind of stuff into low-level detail will be asked in this decision tree to kind of help guide you as to which product set to go down. That will be coming out a little bit later. One other thing that they mentioned a lot was the talk about decentralized ID, specifically around banks and how that's going to be heavily integrated. They dropped, Neo as the thing, but more about verifiable credentials and wallets. But they obviously see decentralized ID as happening a lot, so that was mentioned a lot in here as well. That's it. That's all the information I got. Hope this helps you guys out. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up. We're on all the social media platforms. If you like watching the full-length videos, LinkedIn and YouTube is where you're going to find those. We have all of our shorts on YouTube's Reels, Instagram, TikTok, all the fun things. If you have any questions, hit us up anytime. Hopefully this helps ease a lot of your nerves and calm everyone down and hopefully excite people because I'm excited. I think there's going to be a lot of great information coming. Looking forward to see what's next. I'll keep you guys informed as we find out. Later.